Dr. Sapphire, I want to start with the idea of testing. We keep hearing that this is the most important single thing that we're going to have. Are we getting tests that are going to be simpler, easier to administer? I'm hearing some that may even come in the mail to people.
Well, Governor, it's great to be on with you this evening. And the truth is we have been waiting for these random serologic prevalence testing because that really gives us a good idea of not only how many people have been infected with the virus, but how many people have recovered and are possibly immune to it at this point. So we saw a couple of smaller studies come out of California, the biggest one being released from New York just this week of 3,000 patients, albeit that is still a small sample size when you're considering the large population of New York State. But what it is telling us is that there's a higher infection rate, which means that there's also going to be a lower fatality rate, meaning the fewer amount of people who are infected are actually going to die from this virus. But that being said, this is very different than that nasal swab that we've been talking about, that PCR test or the molecular test. The nasal swab is actually looking for the presence of the virus. This serology test or this blood test is actually looking for the antibodies that your body has produced in response. So it is much easier in the fact that you're just having to give blood like you've done many times before, as opposed to that very invasive nasal swab. In terms of at-home usage, I'm not necessarily sure of that, but I can tell you that there are many private and public companies who are stepping up and developing their own antibody tests so that people can have increased access to them.